Mayor Mike,
Hey, Michael, how are you?
pleasure to meet you. And thank you so much for coming out and hosting us today and having our talk with the mayor. Guys, this one I'm super excited about. This is Mike, the mayor of Royal Oak, which is, of course, the town that I live in. So this is super exciting for me. We're going to dive into all things Royal Oak, a little bit of history, a little bit of what the downtown has to offer, some of the outliers areas, and I believe you said there were 52 parks?
Yeah, over 52 parks in this fine city.
God, that's amazing.
In 11 square miles.
And 11 square miles and more coming. So let's get walking. Mayor Mike, tell me a bit about just the history of Royal Oak, how long it's been around, all of it, everything, whatever anecdotes you have, everything.
Yeah, we've been a village for over 100 years, but we are celebrating 100 years actually this year, 2021, as a city.
That's
so
awesome.
That's a remarkable time in our history right now. We're going to be doing some celebrations in our new park downtown, Centennial Commons, to commemorate the 100-year anniversary of our community.
Yeah, and I saw that park going up. I saw all that construction over by the courthouse.
Yeah.
Tell us a little more about what's going on over by the courthouse.
Yeah, so this Civic Center development has been in works a lot longer than people may know. The courthouse was originally built a number of years ago, and the plan was to move forward with a new police station, a new city hall, and a downtown park. And so 4 or 5 years ago, we got working on it, and we had the opportunity to design it, and now we have a world-class police station that really helps with public safety in the community. We have a city hall that works for folks. It's much more efficient, much more environmentally sustainable, and it really helps people get the services that they need in a very effective way. And of course, sort of the gem of what we have coming is a 2.2 acre park right in the heart of our downtown. It's actually restoring. There used to be a park there, and we're bringing it back.
That's awesome.
And it's going to just be a beautiful place for people to celebrate our community.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. That's an amazingly huge project that I'm sure the citizens are definitely going to enjoy. One thing I do want to point out, just because we just happen to be here, if you can get it, Carl, my favorite bookstore is right over there. I don't know if you can get it or not. If not, that's okay. You got it? Great used bookstore. I encourage everybody to stop in. They've got a little bit of something for everybody, and the owner's wonderful. Just want to kind of put that plug out there because he's awesome. But no, that's fantastic. And then you have another park that's coming up as well.
Yeah, we just opened up not too long ago, Normandy Oaks, up in
Nice.
the north part of town. Normandy Oaks, this is something when I first became a commissioner like 10 years ago. We had a golf course that was bleeding money. It wasn't used that much. The water bill was extraordinary.
Yeah.
We said, how do we take this beautiful land, this gem of 50 acres in the heart of Royal Oak, not just in our downtown, but in the heart, up in the neighborhoods, and convert it into something that we can all use and enjoy. And so the planning process began, and we have now just opened up a park that has a sledding hill, an awesome splash pad. We have an oak preserve with nature trails, walking paths. We have a premier soccer field that's being installed there, and it really is a fantastic recreational opportunity, not just for Royal Oak, but for the entire county. We actually partnered with the county to bring this awesome recreation together. So I encourage, if you have a chance to go up there and visit this summer, great, but it'll be there all winter as well for winter recreation, and it's something in a very densely populated urban area. We have these 40 acres in north part of Royal Oak to enjoy, which is unique, I think, in this area of the state.
Oh my gosh, that is so unique. There are so few spots, especially here in Southeast Michigan, that are undeveloped and you can do something with. And that's one thing I really like and appreciate about Royal Oak, living here myself, is just the park system. How many there are and the proximity of them. I mean, right by my house, we've got a nice disc golf course, which is very, very, very fun, very interesting. But it's fun to walk out and just be able to play a quick couple of holes before work or whatever that looks like, which is nice. So Mayor Mike, one thing that I appreciate is how much you guys had poured into the community as soon as COVID hit, and how great of a footing Royal Oak was versus some of the other communities around us. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so just like every other community, there wasn't a playbook available to us for a crisis this big. We worked collaboratively with the federal government, the state government, and Oakland County to help issue grants to businesses that needed a little bit of financial help to provide the right sort of education to help them maintain their businesses safely. From a community point of view, we were able to, just get rid of some of the regulation and red tape and say, if you want street dining permits or whatever, let's fast path you. Let's do whatever we can do to make sure that there is some help to make your business successful. And I think that's kind of what we did from a government point of view. But what really makes me proud to be a Royal Oak resident is how the community came together to support our businesses, to patronize them. There was a Facebook page, Royal Oak Eats, that a gentleman named Mr. Gembus put together that really started to highlight like happy hours and menus and where people needed help. We saw Ray's ice cream struggle, and the community came together and really helped, in a time of need. And so we love our small businesses here, and we do a lot from a government point of view to support local business. But really, I think what makes me happy and what touches, I think, the heart of everyone here is how the community came together to support our small businesses because, it's really part of our identity here in Royal Oak.
Well, and it really is, and we really needed that, and that's part of the reason why I moved into the area originally was the small business factor. And guys, if you're not part of it, join the Royal Oak Eats Facebook page. It is amazing. There are constant updates on there. It's a great place to find just a new niche restaurant, new niche place to go. And I'll tell you, January and February, I spent my fair share of meals shivering in the tents, trying to support our local businesses. I know you have as well.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about your wife's comment on that.
Oh yeah. We always debated whether or not we should order a hot dish or a cold dish because, in a minute on some of those really cold January nights, it was going to be a cold dish anyways.
Oh, for sure.
What was also great too is just, I have a family of 5. I have 3 children. My wife and I are raising here in Royal Oak, and we would get the big takeout meals and bring them home. And, we wanted to make sure we were on a regiment. We have to do our part. And so, we were very more proactive about how many times we would eat out and add a couple more to our regimen every week to ensure that we were supporting the businesses that we love, because we knew that we were going to get through this. We're confident. There's still work to go with COVID,
sure,
but we want to make sure that the places we love are here after this crisis is over.
Absolutely, and I got to say, I'm just impressed as a community how few closures we've had here in Royal Oak versus a lot of the other communities out there. And now that we are starting to get through this on the other side, frankly, I'm really happy to see places like the Moria that are coming back and reopening up, seeing Lily's open, and just seriously frequenting these places as often as possible.
Yeah, and I think what's also great about this, all the small business owners and their creativity during this time of challenge really created some pretty, I think, amazing expectations for when things get back to normal.
True.
Businesses have had to change their models a little bit. Restaurants have added new menu items. Retailers are doing things new. And I think for me, I'm excited because I think for a lot of folks, it made their businesses stronger. And I can't wait to see what the future holds, once we get past this.
Yeah. And I would definitely agree with that. And one thing I would like to point out, just because we happen to be standing here, is the Royal Oak Music Theater, which we now have music back at, which is awesome. Just out of curiosity, is there a favorite band that you've seen at this specific venue or any venue?
Oh, it's so hard for me to talk. Yeah. What, I guess if I had to point out maybe my favorite bands, I really like the School of Rock. Jason Gettinger does an awesome job bringing musicians from all skill levels and all ages together. We have the summer concert series here in Royal Oak, and I'm so glad you brought up the Royal Oak Music Theater because Royal Oak isn't just a place to go; it's a place to be. We have Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle.
Yes.
We have Stagecrafters. The history on Stagecrafters is we could spend 30 minutes on that alone. We have the Royal Oak Music Theater. There are so many entertainment venues here to visit that you can come. You can enjoy an excellent dinner from many of our restaurants. You can shop at some of the most unique retailers, I think, in the Metro Detroit area, and then enjoy a show or enjoy a band. We have so many live theaters here. I mentioned the summer concert series. We have Arts, Beats, and Eats. We have The Art of Fire. I could go on and on and on. We have Barktoberfest in the park. The Farmers Market, a treasure of ours. On Saturdays, you can visit. But at night, often, when under normal times, there are a lot of different events and festivities going on. And so Royal Oak isn't just a place to go. It's a place to be. It's a place to live. Our tagline here in Royal Oak is Life Now Playing.
That's awesome.
Interpret it how you want, but it's Life Now Playing.
That's awesome. That's a great tagline. I really appreciate that. So, Mayor Mike, you've been here for a number of years. Tell me a little bit about your history with the city, and then also some of the major employers, anything new going on, all of it.
Yeah, so, I bought my house 20 years ago, just about, roundabout. Been in that same house. My wife,
20 years ago?
20 years ago.
You must have been like 12.
You know what?
You're so young.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It could be, maybe it's something with the sun right now. But yeah, so I've been there. I've been there 20 years. It was a struggle to buy the house back then. I got married to my high school sweetheart.
That's awesome.
She moved in once we got married, and we're raising our 3 children there. And I think it's an interesting, I mean, we haven't moved. I mean, we've been in
Yeah.
the same place for 20 years. And I think what that is really a testament to is that Royal Oak really has something to offer everyone at every stage of life. And
That's
so
true.
when I was a young man, being close to work, obviously the geographical proximity to different employers, was important. And now we have a lot of employers here. We have Beaumont Hospital, Henry Ford Health System. I mean, we've done a really good job attracting Stout, Gongos. I mean, you name all these folks that have decided to your business, Keller Williams.
That's
I mean,
true.
we've attracted a lot of jobs here, and so it's even more important to be not just centrally located, but to be in the center of things. But when I was younger, we'd go out to restaurants and bars and nightlife and enjoy what young people enjoy.
Yeah.
And as we had kids and we got involved in the schools, the Royal Oak Football Club is a very premier soccer league here for youths in Royal Oak. You realize that Royal Oak is really more than just this amazing, vibrant downtown, that we have amazing neighborhoods, a park system like we talked about. We have programming beyond belief, from our library to the football club to all the programs for children. And as we get older, aging in place is a priority for Royal Oak. And if you look at some of the folks that are moving into the buildings here, you have young urban professionals and empty nesters.
Yep.
And so what we're doing here is something really special, I think, in Royal Oak. We're cultivating a place that everyone can call home at every stage in life. And to me, that's really exciting because, who wants to leave the community that they love? I want to be here. I want my grandkids to live here. I want my kids to live here. And so I think we're doing a pretty good job. There's something special going on here in Royal Oak.
No, and I would wholeheartedly agree with you on that one.
It's a place to be. You got things to do. And you're never, we're kind of spoiled. We don't have to
so
get
spoiled.
far and drive very far to have a great experience or to enjoy a Saturday or to go to a park and have a lazy Sunday. We got everything here.
No,
we're
and
so
you're right about
spoiled.
that. And I one thing that I really appreciate and enjoy is the ability to ride my bike into work. If I'm not on an appointment, either showing homes or working with a seller, I could just throw my backpack down with my laptop, ride a few miles in, and ride a few miles back. And there are a lot of people doing it. It's a big bike community, a big running community, an extremely dog-friendly community, which is awesome, and not all are that way. Which is a few things that I appreciate about Royal Oak. Just want to throw that one out there.
And if you're not a member of the dog park up at Mark Twain, I highly recommend it.
I'm definitely going to look into that. I'm
Very
definitely
low
gonna look into
cost,
that.
and again, another community effort. A group got together, and with a little help from the city. But my dog, I got my dog from the Royal Oak Animal Shelter, Winston. He's just my little guy, my buddy.
Yeah.
And we're up there quite often, and it's a beautiful place. There's an open area for the dogs to run, and then there's a woods. And so you can just walk in the woods along the trails. It's good for your own exercise. It's good for your dog. It's good to be in nature. It's just a really fun experience. So if you're a dog lover, check out the Mark Twain Dog Park.
Absolutely. Any last couple of things that you want to impart on the video about Royal Oak, about things that are coming up, about businesses, about actually just anything?
Yeah, I think, I appreciate that question. I think Royal Oak, certainly we've, worked together as a community for a long time to make this one of the safest communities in America. I think we've been named one of the safest suburbs in America, one of the best places to raise a family. Our crime rate is so low, and we've done a really good job. Our cops are some of the best, our firefighters are some of the best, and the community's investment in public safety is clear and apparent, and the results are here in front of us. We have a park system, we're getting our roads fixed, we're doing everything that a community should do to be successful. But at the heart of it, it begins and ends with a true sense of community. And I think in a time, especially post-COVID, and especially in times of political divisiveness, when we want to come together and we want to talk to each other, Royal Oak has that sense of community, and we help each other, we help our visitors, and I just encourage people to really, understand that what makes Royal Oak great is this true and authentic sense of community.
And that was extremely well said, and I could not agree more. Mayor Mike, thank you so much for taking the time today to walk with me, kind of talk about the city, talk about your history with it, especially everything that the city has done to support small businesses and keep the city going, especially through these trying times. I really appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Well, my pleasure. I really appreciate it, Mike.
Yep.
Thank you so much.